Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We are into episode 37 of our little jaunt into Pathfinder 2nd Edition's Abomination Vault's Adventure Path, using Foundry, using Discord to record these wonderful people's faces and their voices, along with me, to also then do stuff with the sound that's built into the Paizo official module for this, which I have to say I still adore. I love the new maps. I love all the stuff that we've done. We've been basically using it for most of the time. To be honest with you, actually most of these episodes have been in this nice shiny module rather than in what I originally had set up. So it seems like it's new still, and yet all is actually been around for quite some time. Thank you ever so much to those people that have in the last few weeks joined upon our YouTube channel. We are still merrily bobbing along just under the 100 mark. We are so close. Yeah, we still appreciate every single one of you that looks at us on Facebook, looks at our Twitter account when I can remember to update it, and like I did this week, and various other bits and pieces that we put out onto the interwebs. If you do want us as a podcast, we are a podcast as well. We are hidden away on Anchor, but you can get us on Google Podcasts, on iTunes, and various other sort of RSS feed outlets. So we are bimbling around all over the place, and we are quite glad and just enjoying ourselves. That's more or less everything I'm going to do. It's going to be a nice, simple, quick intro. It's going to be all about the stuff that we kind of use and do and all the rest of it. I'm not going to bug this lot with questions. I haven't prepped anything, so I've not given them anything to have to answer. We are going to kick back and start with the adventure path pretty quickly. And as such, we're going to do something that we haven't done for a little bit of time, to be fair. We're going to go back to town. We're going to go back to Otari. Because if I remember correctly, unless of course you guys want to dive on and keep going, but I seem to recall the last time that we were doing anything was the discussion was it's about time you went back to town. And maybe took a rest, and maybe had a little bit of a chatter with some of the local people that you that might be able to help you, might be able to do bits and pieces here and there. So, because of that, I'm going to put a little bit of Atari music on rather than anything else. And I'm going to drag all of this lot over to the Atari map. Can't tell if there's any sound at the moment. I'm not getting any.
Yes.
There is.
There is.
Oh,
There
good.
is.
It's just me that can't hear anything. It's Oh, I also don't apparently. Is it black screen for everybody else?
Oh no,
98% and
loaded.
loaded in.
There we go.
Okay. So it's just for me. I can't see a blasted thing. Oh, good.
Oh no, you can't hit us with anything bad. What a shame.
I wouldn't do anything like that. I wouldn't do anything
He's
like that
devoted
at
to
all.
theatre of the mind, I'm certain.
Okay.
Old school.
Yeah. Thankfully, this is going to be confusing all the people on YouTube because at the moment they can just see all of your pretty little faces. Yeah, I'm looking at the screen that's supposed to project all of this stuff onto OBS for me, and it's just black. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I mean, we can do it. Well, I mean, as I said, I'm also utterly unimpressed by the lack of sound at my end. I'm getting nothing. Oh, well, at least I've got the map now. I've got the map. Don't have the music. Not entirely sure why.
Hey,
All your
GM, have you
virtual table
thought
setup.
about?
What?
I was gonna say, have you thought about turning it off and on again?
Oh, don't give me that. Don't give me that.
I'm confused because I've got sound and I didn't used to. I usually have it turned off. So I wonder whether actually there's something that's reset and you're going to need to go and turn it on for yourself.
I would hope not. No, what's more likely is the sound isn't being passed through to my headphones for some reason,
Do we
or
need to do a sound check for the
We
recording that we're doing?
no. I can see all of that bipping up and down. That's more than happy. That's fine. I can see that one working. He says that, and then he notices that there isn't a thing on that one. There we go.
I was going to say,
Discord ambient sound. Yeah, there's that there. I've got the map. Everybody can see the map now. I've just put that up for them. But for whatever
do
reason,
your audio levels bounce with where there should be music?
no. I'm
Okay.
getting absolutely nothing. It almost looks like my sound setup is playing around. I mean, it.
Tag, none of us are professionals.
Yeah,
So
it's a good one. It's a good one. Not entirely sure what's going on there. I will fiddle with the back end of all of this stuff, while you guys have a chat about what you want to do while you head back into town, because thankfully this is one of those things which I can possibly get on and sort out while you guys are talking. He says.
Still talking.
Remind me what time of day it is.
So actually, you don't really know, because time's been kind of an irrelevance for you guys. However, you had only just woken up when you went and dealt with a whole bundle of ghouls. So by the time you kind of head yourselves back out, it's actually getting quite late.
Yeah, so we're heading towards sundown.
So, have we still got lodging? Anyone remember?
Have we still got again?
Lodging. Does anyone remember?
Sorry.
Don't think we paid anywhere particularly.
No, but I live
for the
there,
room.
so
All right, for some of us.
you're welcome to stay with me. There's
Well, to be
only
honest,
pie available.
I like my stuff.
Pie, salt bath, bed. I'm sorted.
Do you live with the Thieves Guild or do you live on your own?
They're
No,
not a thieves guild. They're a club.
exactly. See, you're learning, and I'm proud of you for this. And no, I don't live
I'm
with them.
very carefully
I-
not learning.
I live in a tiny little house, like near Rin's Wonders. Rin helped me find it and do it up, and it's very
Okay.
eclectic. I think you'll love it.
It would be very lovely to stay there then. Thank you.
Neffy's
Been a lot.
skipping. She feels like she's pleased, like her mother at this point.
Nailed in as group stepmom.
Creepy. All right, fine.
Hashtag parent issues.
Jeez. Oh.
Honestly, she has so much trauma.
I know we were sharing memes about, the counsellors picking out your issues through your character's back history, but wow.
This is what I do, okay?
You eat pie and you steal things.
Yes.
Yes.
Or is it stealing things, or and then Moz just gently closes his eyes for half a moment just to try and think as they're walking along, probably stumble slightly, or is it just that you're testing people's awareness and the fee is the loss of equipment? Is that what it is?
Yes, it's also known as helping.
Yes, that sounds about right. Shakes his head and carries on.
Well, having pulled a face of both of them, turns ahead and walks on.
If those possessions sparked joy, they would keep a closer eye on them.
Yeah.
Exactly that.
I'm heading to Rin to let her know that we're all still alive. Is anybody joining me?
I will
Yes,
join you.
I'm
because
coming with
Yes.
you.
I think we're all going to go.
Well, if Ola and I are going, then the other two have to because, party stepmom and dad, right?
Exactly.
What am I? Chopped liver. You mentioned the badger. Fine.
Sorry if Phelan and I are going.
I want fan art
I
of this. Artists who are out there, please, can we have Neffy and Olorin as as sorry, no,
Moz and Neffy and
Invar and
as
kids.
Invar and yes. No, I want Invar and Olarin Badger step parent fan art, please.
I want Phelan
Is
to be
it
the
American?
familiar.
It's obviously. I was going to say, is it American Badger or is it a British Badger? It's a British Badger.
The
That's
British
okay.
Badger.
British Badger.
European Badger.
Sir Michael Horden would not voice an American Badger.
What has become of this?
It was helping the artists here. Helping the artists.
Yeah, sure.
So-
European Badgers known for looking like they'll invite you in for a cup of tea, whereas American Badgers look like crack addicts.
Both of them will, however, chew your face off.
Oh, good God, yes.
So, just pinging up here at the moment for anybody that's looking at the screen. Rin's Wonders is the collection of sort of standing stones and domed tents that make up a very strange and eclectic shop just at the sort of northern side within the cover of the various cliffs in the area. It's easy enough to get to, and one of the sort of quickest places you can get to in terms of after leaving and heading from the northern roads. Just to give a bit of more of a description of what this shop looks like, there is no sign, but the locals know it is Rin's Wonders, a place to marvel at whatever strange new trinkets and offerings its equally strange owner might have. The structure, and this is the reason why I've got to describe it, because it's a good fun description. The structure consists of a ring of what appear to be standing stones arranged in a 60-foot diameter circle surrounding a 15-foot high dome of wooden beams covered with triangular pieces of canvas. Closer inspection of the standing stones reveals that they're actually made of wooden frames and canvases cleverly painted to resemble granite. So...
He's a LARPer!
BBC props department.
Yep. And sat
Where's the
within the
wooden track
dome...
for K9?
Sat within the dome, sort of candles and torches lighting the area, is Rin. She's not really expecting you. It looks like she's taking a break as it gets into the evening, getting ready to sleep. Rin is one of these sorts of people. She doesn't really like being indoors. She tends to rest and recuperate in the central dome, which is painted to the roof of it is painted with constellations and to look like the outside sky. And the dome is very, very rarely fully covered, unless it's really badly raining or anything else like that. Rin leaves some of the sides open. This is just the type of character that she is. As you arrive, she will glance over to you, smile broadly, a beaming smile that Neffy you recognise as actual joy and actual happiness to see friends. You are back. Oh, it's just so wonderful to see you. And it does not, however, look like it has been an easy set of adventures you have been on. The Gauntlight is more treacherous than perhaps we originally thought.
You can say that again.
Just a little.
Oh, this sounds bad to me. What exactly is it you are facing down there? I am concerned with what you are saying.
I like to imagine. Oh, go on.
Go ahead. I was pausing to let somebody else lead initially.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I like to imagine that Neffy has brought back like some of the ghoul flesh that came with them. It was like, look, I brought you a present.
So Rin picks up one of these necklaces with these things on. Very considerate. But this is perhaps something to look at later, yes?
Yes.
Neffy sits down like really chuffed.
So yeah, as Nephew has gifted you there, there's layers to this damnable thing that are full of ghouls, and full of, well, at least on one occasion, a demon of lower import.
Demon.
Undead aberrations.
Oh, there's a death cult.
And there's a death cult, yeah. There's a whole death cult.
Invar is very happy about this.
Fully realised ghosts. Well, remember that librarian scribe type?
Yeah, she's a problem.
It's not exactly what I was expecting. It's caught me quite by surprise. And yet, I guess if this is what the signs were telling me about, then perhaps you are merely uncovering the surface levels of this problem.
Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting one, actually. This is possibly for the DM or that green spritey thing. Do we know what it actually was that was zipping around the place? Did we get we got visions of it, didn't we?
Wasn't that the one I chased?
That's the one we chased through different levels.
Yeah. So from the player's perspective, you don't know what it is.
Okay. Cool.
From a mechanic's perspective, and potentially Inver might have an inkling of this, but not have the full sort of detail. There's a reasonable chance that was a lingering memory, almost like a spiritual link to something from the past.
Thought someone had a vision off of it, or off of one of the rooms.
You'd had a vision from touching the fly demon, and he shared a vision with Nephi of Otari running away from where the blast was. Running away very, very badly injured, mind you, from the blast site of the location where the Rose Guard fought Belcora.
Because everyone thought he died there in that blast.
Yep.
Cool. Sorry.
So we had a suggestion he got away somewhere from there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, it's got. Go ahead.
Go.
You sure?
I was going to change the topic.
I was going to briefly lean into the blue light as a report thing. You know that blue like lighthouse light that shone down.
I mean, very, very much. We I believe the cathedral is just about cleaned up of all of the bodies that came raining down from the cliff from above.
It goes in as well as out. It down a couple of layers so far.
This is well, I can see the potential that it was not created at the actual peak of the tower, I guess. Potentially you are discovering that there may be a source of this underneath the ground.
Yeah. And it seems to heal undead.
Well, it was, from what I know, strong necromantic energy, so yes, that would seem to be the most likely.
Invar, you're going to raise
Invar fishes around in pouches and pulls out the unidentified potion. Rin, we've identified most of what we've found, but this one seems to be beyond what we can do. Do you have any idea what it is, please?
Let me have a look. And she will open up a series of drawers and various other bits and pieces. Now, if I will have a look at this. To be fair, not exactly my main skill in identifying, unless it is, of course, of magical nature rather than crafting nature. Let me just have a very quick look at this. I'm trying to figure out where your loot bag's gone. It's
in the anti-Nephi pouch.
Is it
Not in the
anti-Nephi?
anti-Nephi pouch. It is actually just in the regular pouch.
Oh. Where is that? Ah, yes, that one there. Let me just have a quick look. She kind of casts her eye over it. Has a bit of a look over it. I am sorry, this is not magical of nature. This is most definitely an alchemical mix. As such, I am untrained in the ability to identify this. However, anyone who has a modicum of skill at crafting, let me think. Well, it is possible that the blacksmith may have dabbled a little bit in alchemy in the past, although I would doubt it with Carmen. He is very single-minded. As the other option would be Molybint. Molybint may well have at least a little bit of some sort of way of identifying this, perhaps.
Yeah.
Molybent in the market.
No,
His son disappeared.
Bookshop.
He runs the bookshop Odd Stories.
Oh yeah. Oh, we had to go there anyway.
Oh,
Hmm.
any particular reason?
At least from my
As
perspective,
books.
it's something to take out ghosts.
Would the blacksmith be able to apply a rune for me?
He may well. Although
If you
Come at
got the
quite a
rune, I can
price.
probably do it.
Oh, awesome.
is
You
that?
know what you're doing tomorrow then?
No, what am I doing tomorrow? Or is Olarin doing it?
No, I think I
Things
say
and
then I
doesn't
think
go
this
down.
would require your skill, and I will happily provide you with some recompense of your choice if you would be so kind as to apply this rune to one of my weapons.
I'm
quite
sure we saw
grovelling.
something out.
Probably not to be
Sorry,
referred to as
Nessie.
Orin.
Nothing. Nothing, Mom.
Now, is there anything else I can do for you? I mean, I am joyous that you are back. I would be disappointed though if you had not.
I think we must go and learn more about ghosts and to see if there are anything that the bookseller knows about the cult. But once we've gathered that information, I'm sure we will be back to ask if you have any ideas on things that might help us
Well,
with those inhabitants.
the most the most likely the Temple of the Dawnflower, the Dawnflower Library, may well be the best place that you could go. But be aware, the Serenites are very headstrong about the undead. They have only one belief, and that is that the light of the sun should be brought against all undead creatures. They can be quite zealous about it, to be fair. But they may well be the best that you can talk to. If you wish to discern means or arms against these things, then unfortunately Carmen may well be the only option you have. He is obviously the most likely to have weapons that could be used. That being said, he's let me think. Well, you know him. He is headstrong and brutal and, well, a bit obnoxious, to be fair.
Quite possibly, if I remember rightly, wanting backing.
Well, yes, he always wants backing. He is determined to become the mayor of this town, and not a single one of us wishes that to happen. Do not get me wrong. Menhems is the same as any mayor that has earned the right by effectively hereditary consent that his family should continue being the ones that are in charge. But he is still much more amenable and pleasant than Carmen ever would be. Now, if there is something you know you want, well, this is one of the things I do for this town. I have my connections in Absalom. If there is something specific that you are after, then maybe I will be able to help you.
I think we don't know what we don't know right now.
Well, that is fair enough. What I would say is have a clear idea of what question you want to ask before you find the person to ask it of. If you wish to find a rune, then know which rune you wish. If you wish to know the things that harm the undead, then there are people to talk to, but at the moment it does not sound like you know what the actual question is.
The one thing that we have our greatest weakness too. I mean, I know. In fact, I think I'm clear of it. Aren't I? I think I'm clear of the issues from downstairs.
Ghoul
Fabian?
fever.
Ghoul fever, yeah. That might be something we need to look at
I
tackling.
believe you are medicated.
Yes.
Yeah, I thought we.
Unless you caught it
fixed you.
again recently, but I believe the most recent person to catch it was Orin, and he has been tended to and looked after, or at least will be tonight.
Yeah, we certainly got Moz clear of it.
It's the risk of that and a reliable way of striking against ghosts and spirits.
Yes.
We do seem to be dealing with more and more undead things.
Yeah.
Well, if you are looking for something that can strike against, you may well wish for. Well, there are ghost touch items. There are runes, in fact, that would deal with striking against incorporeal. But for the most part, well, see, I am relatively well trained in the ways of occult and religion. And to the best of my knowledge, the best way of dealing with something like the creature you are potentially describing, you say, well, you have vaguely said a ghost? Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If I might know a little bit more, but she basically had herself. She thought we were scribes. She was seeing other scribes in the room. She was fully locked into wherever she was. She was very dead and could be walked through. When she was told she was dead, she devolved, I suppose is the best way to call it, and went absolutely nuts. We only just about got out of the room.
Yeah, she wasn't happy being told she was dead.
Well,
And
no,
she
they
was-
very rarely are, if I am honest.
She has a job to do. She is absolutely certain that she needs to do whatever it is the scribes were doing.
It is most likely, I'm sorry, it is most likely that whatever this creature is, if you have told them that they are now deceased, did you defeat them?
No, we just ran
No,
away.
we ran away and shut the door.
Reasons we need anti-ghost and spiritual weapons.
Did they pursue you?
No.
No.
Then it is potential that in their death they are bound to their routine. They do not understand that the routine is not being fulfilled in their mind. It's still the past. They still see the things that were there. By explaining that time had changed, that they were gone, you momentarily broke them out of their reality. They may well have gone back by now to believing they are in the past, or you may have fractured their mind entirely. Unfortunately, each ghost is entirely different, one after the other. Now, if you are lucky, then you may well be able to glean some information from this creature if it is back in its past rotation. If you fulfill the desire that it has, then you may well find out something. But I will say this: it is very, very rare that a ghost such as this, when confronted with people that are still living, will continue indefinitely with the charade. Something will always make them realise that things aren't right, and they will break out and break back into the wrathful creature you have seen. I would very much doubt you would be able to walk away from that situation without a fight.
Yeah.
Now, in terms of hurting such creatures, I do know a little bit. They are, as you might imagine, very resistant to things of the living world. But we do have magics. Generally speaking, if your means of attack is magical by nature, it will not be as resistant to it. But should you attack them with force magic or anything which can deal positive energy, these will bypass all of their resistances. And there is a rune that we have known as Ghost Touch, although I do not have one with me, that would allow a normal weapon which is effectively non-magical before to deal as much damage as if the creature were corporeal.
That's like something I'll be keeping my eye out for then in that case.
Well,
That would be handy.
these other things, Ghost Touch, I will check and ask around. I do not have one myself, but Ghost Touch, it may well be something that I can get hold of for you from Absalom, although that would take a number of days to get here. But it is not out of the question for such an item to be available here. We do have, as I've mentioned before, this town is known for the adventurers that pass through, especially heading out from Absalom, and so there may well be something of that nature somewhere here.
I mean,
Loose thought crossed my mind to go to the cathedral about it.
I have spells that will hurt her. The problem was by the time we'd reached her, I
Yeah.
was not running high on those. It'll be chipping away. We will need physical damage as well. Well, until over at Moz.
One thing that may be of interest, Moz, you may well like this. While you are right, the library may well have something of that nature. It is rare for them to hold on to runes. That said, an old friend of yours, he does like having runes available to him. Ludus Longsaddle of the garrison has a ready stock of runes. For various reasons.
It's been a while since I've spoken to the old cantankerous bugger.
Well, yes.
That'll be a good chat. That'll be a good catch-up. Is he still captain, or is he...
Oh, he's most definitely still the captain, yes.
That's a conversation to have maybe in the morning.
Didn't we come across him?
Very briefly, I think. Very briefly when we all started rolling through town.
Okay.
I mean, I know I believe, if I remember rightly, it's been a few days since it was. I think I managed to rest my head down in the barracks first night in.
Yes, he wasn't there at the time.
He wasn't there, so yeah, an excuse to walk through, knock on a few doors. Thank you for that.
This is not a problem. Now, if you feel the need to rest, it is, after all, getting late, and you look like several things have taken bites out of you, if I'm brutally honest. Then you are more than welcome here. I believe, though, that you have some lodgings at the Rowdy Rockfish as well.
Yeah, I think that's where you stayed last time, Invar. So it's up to you.
I think we all stayed there because we all sat around in the tavern until late and discussed why my shadow is weird.
Oh yeah, I probably just went to sleep somewhere there then.
Although, didn't we have pies somewhere? And I remember there was like curtain sheets bunkhouse kind of approach to life.
Wasn't
Yeah,
that
that was
the
the
Rockfish or the Osprey Club?
that was the Osprey Club, or the
That was the Crooksnook.
or
Was it Crooksnook, was it?
Look,
Okay.
yeah.
You've shared a few nights here and there.
Moses had one too many bangs to the head. Really needs a bite to eat. Low blood sugar, poor memory. Like character, like player.
I mean, I'm not going to go somewhere like this because I'm covered in ghoul rubbish. So I'm going to go and change and wash up before I go for food. I suggest everyone else does the same.
I mean, I was loosely planning on going down the riverside, taking off the plate, giving it a brief wash, and then throwing myself in the water and getting back out. So yeah, absolutely, I'll wash up somewhere.
We could go like on the logs. It's a great fun game.
It is.
you can go on the logs if you like.
Neffy's already gone up the
use
hill.
your shower. I'm going to get cleaned up at Rin's if Rin is okay with that.
Yeah, I mean, Rin just kind of looks at you and points at the river, which is just behind the dome. There you are.
Alright, fine. Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay, river it is.
River it is.
Fine.
Wherever it is.
All you can hear is Neffy like running up the hill to the.
Neffy, as you get there, a rather surly-looking gentleman looks a little bit like that. Claught Hengus. You know him. He runs the giant's wheel, the thing that drops the logs through from the the Otari flume.
I imagine he knows me well.
It's been a few decades since you came here.
That you know of?
No, I'm pretty darn certain. All right. I've had enough getting the sprogs out of here just now. Can you please not?
But so fun, and I've
No,
been
it's not.
the whole town.
It's not fun.
Really fun. Danger is fun.
Yeah, that's the problem with you, isn't it? Really?
That's a metaphor for life.
That is a serious.
Not sure if it's
serious
problematic
problem.
at all.
Well, I am. All right, I am very certain of it. I would
Just
prefer.
because you're old and past it.
I am not old. I look old because I'm an orc, and I'm a half orc.
I
Look.
know another orc and they don't look old.
Yeah, but he's not old, and I'm not old.
So you're admitting you're
Don't
old.
Just back off and get out of here. I'm done with you.
She stomps off, and then when he's not looking, she's gonna sneak up anyway.
There is a brief moment where you think you've got away, and then a hand on your shoulder that just
Damn it!
slowly drags you back.
You just see my feet like kicking away.
I said no. All right,
Just let me ride it once.
not a chance. No. Do you know what would happen to me if one of the people that at the moment is being called a hero happened to drown or die on the flume? I'm keeping,
my
vessels would
I'm
rejoice.
keeping a special eye out for you, and I'm keeping
All
another
I'm
one
saying-
out for Moz because I know he's bloody thinking about it.
All
But
I'm
somewhere
saying is
in
it
the
sounds
middle
like a you
distance
problem.
behind them, in the soft focus area, Moz has been attempting to walk past.
Bog off, Moz!
See, he doesn't look old.
He's getting there. I'll tell you that, he's getting there.
Hang
I
around
only
with
look
this
like
lot.
this after being in the gladiator pits, so I bear you, go away, alright?
That's fine.
It's
Neffy
night
looks
time as
so
well.
upset. It's like
It's night-
puppy dog eyes.
No! Just no!
What you're saying is that it's night time, so it's the best time because therefore the kids won't see us breaking the rules.
No, that's not what
Exactly.
I'm saying. That is not
I
what I'm
heard
saying.
that exactly,
No, you
Dad.
might have, but that is not what I'm saying.
Where's your sense of adventure?
About 20 years ago.
He looks, well, yeah, so he looks round as from the top of the flume, which is a good, 60 foot up or so?
Mhm.
This huge log just drops, wham, straight into the river down below. No. Just no.
This town used to be fun, and then Neffy
This
just
town-
stomps off down.
This town has never been
Away.
fun. You've just been dangerous. That's it.
And she literally dive bombs into the river, making sure it splashes him somewhat.
Alright, fair enough. Whatever.
Sometimes you just can't win.
Just
At
had
least she's not
enough.
diving off the top.
I've just had enough.
That's fair. It's been a day.
Don't you try. Do not
Mm.
you try. Are we clear on this, Moz? Do not
I-
you... No. Just... No.
So you
And
say
Neffy
at
behind him
the end of
going,
your day, you're
"Do
knocking
it,
off to go now,
do
aren't you?
Moz.
Well, why would you want to hang around? And you know, it's been a long, busy day. You want to put this behind you, don't you? Really?
I'm going to end up here all night, aren't I?
I don't know. Why would you want to stay at work? Why don't you get something to eat, have a pint?
Just go away. Alright, you're ruining me night already. Go away.
Oh, I suppose I could go down the Osprey Club and jump down there all a couple of times, but you know, it's less fun.
Safer though. Alright? Jumping down a hole,
say that.
always safer than jumping off of a 60-foot high log flume.
Well, your log flume doesn't have nets under it, which could cause tangling. I mean, you know, an orc could get tangled up, all sorts of problematic. And you know what tieflings are like with their horns, you know. They could get tangled up as well. This is objectively the safer option. Those logs are pretty big.
That's not
They'll be able to see
logical.
'em coming.
And I know it's not logical. Stop trying to trick me, Moz. I ain't stupid. I might be a gladiator, but I ain't stupid.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Neffy, you're wet enough, you're clean. What
Yeah,
are you doing?
I'm not happy though.
I'm sure we can stand you a pie or two.
I'll just pause for a moment
Okay.
and go, that daft doggo. Go on, look at him. Look at him. Look at him in picture shot. Anyway, everyone. I hope you don't mind doggos, but yeah, there's There's a whole
There's a
whole
shadow.
mass of blackened teeth just there for you, right in the corner.
Or Shadow living up to his name and just not being easily visible apart from the tongue and teeth.
Yep.
Come on, face wash. Face wash. Go
Oh,
on,
lovely,
get
lovely.
Get him.
Right.
You see, where's by this point, Phelan's all clean, sat on the riverbank combing his beard out.
Yep. Yeah,
Distraction scheme.
you get
successful.
back and he's all just sort of what? Rin sort of sat smiling at you all. Did that go well?
About as well as could be expected. Claude's his usual cantankerous self.
Claude has learned
Let's
his
go
normal
down the
cantankerous
flue.
self.
He was mean.
Yes, well.
And Weevil.
Somewhere in there, Invar wanders in looking fresh as the proverbial daisy. Clean.
Should we go and get pie?
I think so.
Pie sounds good.
Okay. You head to the Crook's Knock. Yin Yasmira is still sort of sat in her bar. She's not actually working behind the bar at the moment. She's just sort of sat watching the world go by a little bit in the corner. There's a number of locals that are sat in here that you probably Neffy recognise aren't just locals, but the enforcers for the Osprey Club, just keeping an eye on everything, making sure the right people are coming in. Yin Yasmira kind of looks up and smiles and does a little sort of hand bow, I guess, hand gesture.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, welcome.
We shall
Mm.
commence the commercial act of cash for pie.
Yep, so a little bit of cash
And
goes
ale.
on the table, ale on the table.
Ale.
Yeah, I think in all it's probably only going to cost you about 5 silver to get all of that lots put together, because it's really good quality stuff. Don't get me wrong, and it's a lot of it. Because 5 silver's quite a bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
But that's for all 4 of you, and that's rounds, and it's multiple pies and various different bits and pieces.
Happily drop in 3 silver on that one. I'll buy the lion's share on that one.
Okay, I'll put in
Oh,
2.
thanks.
Cheers.
Neffy is slowly
Oh.
putting bits of pie into a bag ready for the next excursion.
Why don't we just buy fresh pies in the morning and make sure they're well packed? And then we've
She's
got
slowly
full
taking
sets.
pie out of the bag. It's a habit, okay?
Absolutely. Oh, I'm not knocking it. I'm not knocking it. Let's face it, that we've all probably had 1 or 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. We've got to leave, so food in a bag is a good idea. Moments, so it's a good thing. It's just, it's not likely, unless Gauntlight stocks up again. So you need to do it.
She starts putting pie back in the bag.
Yeah, you got a point. You got a point. What's your take on all the stuff that's going down, the death cult and things like that in Var? What's your perspective on this spiritual basis?
You're quite clearly thinking. Because she really didn't want to leave that death cult chanting ritual thing.
Mm.
You can almost see her visibly sorting out the no, not that stuff. What do I actually know? Not a lot, irritatingly. There's a mix of things down there that's odd. We've got the ghost who still thinks she's supposed to be doing something. We've got sentient ghouls that read books. What? And we have a cult. And I suppose the common theme there is undead that are more like living. They have minds, they have memories, they, however flawed, have plans. And that is unusual. BM, what can I remember about the god that the ritual was to?
Okay, so the main thing about the god that everything is sort of linked up to. So, first thing you know is it's one of those loose terms for this one. God, it's a greater old one. It's a massive, unimaginable being of otherworldly power. And I suppose the distinction between that and surely a god is one of those is gods kind of like are worldly beings. They understand the world, and they are at least within the scope of understanding of mortal creatures. Nimbeloth is most definitely not within the scope of understanding for most mortal beings. It is an unfathomable creature. Its main sort of things are undead creatures seem to worship it, almost like it is a source of some sort of greater undead knowledge or something like that. Yeah, Nimloth is a bit of an odd one, realistically. So
The fact that undead are the ones that worship it then starts to tie together why we've got sentient undead who can make plans in a place where there is... Okay, we'll relay the essence of that. I mean, I don't really fancy going up against something of that power, if I'm honest. It's not on my list of things I wanted to do here. So... I came back because Rin asked me to. And because I thought it might help me figure out why I was killed the first time round. But I'm not sure an outer power of functional chaos worshipped by sentient undead is going to be a lot of use for that. So why are we doing this again?
What, helping the town? Or...
Not my town.
It's Rin's town, though. And Rin's
It
one of
is.
your friends.
That's what got me here. So I suppose to answer Moz's question, I don't know a huge amount, but what I do know I don't like.
Fair.
I agree that we don't want bodies raining back down on the town, and we don't want undead wandering around churchyard and all the rest of it. So there is definitely mileage in trying to figure out what's going on. I just wonder if we're rapidly going to end up outclassed.
A good question. But all we can really do is go, see, and adapt.
Hmm.
So, as the evening progresses, you get slightly more drunk as things go by, but the mood is kind of tense, maybe a bit somber. Each of you has a reason for being here. Some have ties to the town which can't be shaken. Others to people here that have asked for your help. And maybe one or two others are merely here because there's danger here and adventure and something to deal with in order to protect this town and the people here, even if your links to them are not as strong as they used to be. You casually observe the people of Otari moving in and out of this inn. The night's revelries almost go around you like a cacophony, like just a wall of noise, as you focus in on the group and focus in on your choices of what you want to do and why you're still here. Come the morning, you have jobs to do, people to see, and once again, you know in your heart and your mind that as that sun rises, you are going to be going back to the Gauntlight. At the moment, you have no other choice is not the right word, but you have no other direction. Everything is pointing you there. Everything about who you are and what you're doing in this town right now points you towards the Gauntlight, and it's almost like there is a puzzle that has to be taken apart. And for whatever reason, each of you seem to be linked to it in some way. Perhaps Morlibant might have some more information for you, or he might just be another contact in the town. You won't know until you've been to see him, been to potentially give him the resources that you have gathered from underground, from this library. Right now, in front of you, is a floor of a dungeon where you have encountered ghouls and various other creatures that you either fought against with ease or struggled against, such as ghosts. But for right now, this is where, like your characters are right now, I'm going to send you all off to go and get yourselves something to drink and potentially something to eat. And we're all going to take a break. And we're going to end episode 37 right there, with you guys sat in the Crook's Nook, kind of trying to piece together what's going on. Not in terms of the Gauntlight, but for you, and where you're headed. We'll wish everybody good night. Bye-bye.